I want to read to you something from, Julie and I actually made a website a few years back now, I think 2 years ago. I was just at a point in my life where I needed to be heard. And I think it was therapeutic. It was really good for us as a family, as a team, to do this. Our kids saw us doing this. It was really, it was a neat venture. So Julie and I have a website, and I'll be putting it up at the end of the session. It's called neurologicallygifted.com. Okay? And I'm going to read you something from the website right now. As a teacher, I just love having story time as a break, you know. It's a nice break. Okay, so it's our new normal. You can't change what happens, but you can change how you see it. Our new normal, parenting our child with Tourette Syndrome, ADHD, OCD, and ODD. And this is written by Julie. I have a weekday, mid-afternoon alarm. It goes off every day, signaling the end of school. It is the sound of my son's blood-curdling shriek the moment he is home. Home to Nate is the place in his world that he is free of scrutiny of others and he can let his guard down. The garage door opens, then shuts, and it is as if the whole outside world disappears and he is transported magically to home. Click, the sound of the garage door. Screech, fuck, in the loudest voice you can imagine. Bang, bang, fuck, screech, bang. Then, Mom, hi. This is my alarm, my signal that it is my turn. Nate's turn is over and he has likely done an outstanding job. I no longer worry that his screaming and swearing will be heard by the neighbors. I no longer worry about the noise or the Coprolalia. I'm just going to take a break here for a sec. I want to just say something. When Nathan had a meltdown on the sidewalk in front of our house on our street, and Julie was mortified, like, oh my God, they saw that, they heard that, and I said, you know what? Because I'm always about reframing things positively, because if you don't, you're going to go nuts. I thought, you know what, Julie? Our neighbors should be freaking thanking us that he did that, because now they know they're not the worst house on the street. They should love us, for God's sake. You're welcome. You're welcome. Right? See you later. And in we go. Okay, sorry, I digress. He comes into the kitchen. Hi, Mom. His backpack bumps the counter, and he says, fuck, screeches, and throws his backpack into the corner. He screeches again, then, sorry, Mom. At this point, I make a decision about whether I should ask him how his day was, or if he has homework, or if I should give him a hug and a kiss. I really want to do all of these things, but I play it by ear. I had a rough day, he tells me. Now, he's been taught to do that, to come in and communicate. So I've had a rough day, he tells me. He struggles to get his lunch bag out of his backpack. You know, the kids, they don't just pull the lunch bag out of the backpack. It's like, right? You see that, right? He struggles to get his lunch bag out of his knapsack and ends up smashing it down on the counter in frustration at this simple task. Screech, then a colossal, ah, screech. I wait for him to finish throwing his agenda and homework on the counter and move away from this aggravating task. I go in for a hug and a kiss. I gently ask if the situation at school ended okay. Nate generously offers a kiss, which we had to teach him to do, by the way. The hug he endures, because he doesn't like being hugged. He endures because he knows he should. I remove the force of my hug immediately after giving it to him to let him direct the duration of contact. He tells me in 10 words or less what I had a rough day means. He has usually sorted it out at school with the excellent support of his team. He throws the next test at me. Can I have a pop? Or can we go out for dinner? Or can we get a pony? Whatever the question is, doesn't matter. He needs to ask me a question that he is sure I will have to say no to. It's just his OCD, right? He puts on his puppy dog eyes and stares at me with the look that if he could only have one wish ever, this is what it would be. I say no. I don't launch into an explanation of why I am saying no or ask questions or otherwise engage in the question. I don't engage in the question, where would we keep a pony? Because that isn't going to help. Just no, and I move on. Nate is now irate. He goes about his business yelling why and but and bitch and asshole, and the screeching and banging ramps up to full force. Depending on his day, he will continue for a period of time, attempting to engage me in the fight, banging, shrieking, and throwing out profanities. I wait. Sorry, Mom. Okay. Mom, I'm sorry. Okay, Nate. This may sound like a good ending, but it is often not the end, but the beginning. If Nate doesn't get the feels just right apology acceptance from me, he can quickly ramp up to being irate again, and then we start all over. Only the second time he's feeling even more sorry and distressed, and the just feels right apology acceptance from me is even more elusive. At some point, I am able to convince him that I heard his apology, I accept it, and I love him unconditionally forever and ever. Then one more drill. Can I have a snack? Sure, Nate. Thanks, Mom. Nate grabs his computer and enters his Minecraft world. I go about making him and bringing him a snack with a smile. The alarm has been reset. Every day is difficult, but really it is so much better than it was for both of us. I would have never thought that I could see so many positives from this situation, nor be able to brag about all the successes that occurred during this short period of time, day after day. If you missed them, here are some of his successes. Nathan is back in regular school with support, staying a full day and managing his school world successfully almost every day. Now, of course, you got to remember that that's in our normal world, right? Our sense of normal and successful compared to all those other people, but yet it's our success. It is success. It's not everyone else's success, it's our success. I understand that Nathan has been self-regulating all day long, and when he gets home, it will almost always fall apart, at least for a short time. I get it, and it's okay, right? Julie knows he's going to come home, there's going to be hell, and then it'll go away. Nathan acknowledges and apologizes for all of his verbal or physical threats almost immediately. He has learned his actions and words can have an impact on others, in this case me, and he appropriately takes responsibility. Nathan recognizes that events that happen at school need to be resolved, and he does resolve most of them before the end of the day. Again, this is with adult support at school, but he is successful at it. Nathan is actively doing his after-school must-do jobs. Book bag in its place, contents unpacked, no nagging or reminders required, and that is responsible. Nathan hugs me because he knows it is important to me. He knows it is how you show love and affection, and he is looking outside himself and to the welfare of others. That was one of our greatest challenges, was teaching Nathan to see other people's perspective, because he's a second-by-second kid. And you know what this is like. They live in the moment. They forgot about what happened before. They're not thinking about what's about to happen. They just live in the moment. And and it's still a struggle, but we're getting to teach him to think outside of that box. Nate and I manage an extremely disruptive daily transition, and we both know we are loved. Julie says, I would have never predicted that this would be our new normal after-school routine, or that this new normal would actually feel good. So that was by Julie. So.